Someone cuts you off in traffic, or dismisses your idea in front of everyone, or breaks a promise they made. And there it is, that flash of heat in your chest. Your jaw tightens, your thoughts start racing, the urge to react, to say something, to make them understand how wrong they are. Marcus Aurelius knew this feeling. He ruled the Roman Empire. He dealt with betrayal, incompetence, and disrespect every single day. Senators who undermined him, generals who disobeyed orders, advisors who plotted behind his back. Yet in his private journal, he wrote something simple and unsettling. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? That line matters. Because whatever made you angry, that was the cause. It happened. It's already over. But your anger, that's the consequence. And the consequence is what you carry. The moment may have lasted seconds, but the anger lingers, hours later, sometimes days. It changes how you speak, how you listen, how you treat people who had nothing to do with what happened. The anger will pass, but the damage you do while angry remains. Seneca, another Stoic, studied anger closely. He called it a temporary madness, not madness like losing touch with reality, madness like losing command of yourself. When you're angry, you say things you don't mean. You make decisions you regret. You act in ways that don't reflect who you actually are. And Seneca noticed something important. Anger doesn't fix the problem. It doesn't teach the other person. It doesn't undo what happened. It only consumes you like a fire that burns your own house down. His remedy was simple. Delay. He wrote that the greatest remedy for anger is delay. Pause. Wait. Let the heat pass before you act. Epictetus approached anger from another angle. He said that people act according to what seems right to them. Not to you. To them. From their perspective, they're doing what makes sense. They aren't villains in their own story. And your anger won't change their understanding. It won't make them suddenly see things your way. It only poisons you. The Stoics weren't saying never feel anger. They felt it too. They were saying, don't let anger control you. Don't let it decide your words. Don't let it steal hours of your life. So let's talk about when anger actually shows up. Someone disrespects you. You're in a meeting, you share an idea, and someone talks right over you, dismisses it, acts like you never spoke. You feel it immediately. That heat, that tightness in your chest, your thoughts start spiraling. How dare they? I should say something. I can't let that slide. And suddenly you're not even in the meeting anymore. You're replaying the moment, planning your response. The anger is now in control. Someone breaks a promise. They said they'd handle it. They didn't. And now you're left dealing with the fallout. It's not just this time. It's the pattern, the feeling that your time and effort don't matter. You feel the tension in your shoulders, your jaw clenches, that pressure builds behind your eyes. Or someone treats you unfairly. You worked harder, you did more, and they got the credit. The injustice burns, and you carry it with you. Into your evening, into conversations with people who had nothing to do with it, into your sleep. Even the small things trigger it. Traffic, technology breaking, delays. You grip the steering wheel like your anger will move the cars faster. You yell at a screen like it can hear you. The anger feels justified. And maybe it is. But here's the truth the Stoics understood. Your anger isn't hurting them. They've moved on. They might not even remember what they said or did. But you're still carrying it, still tense, still replaying it, still letting it color everything that comes after. The anger will pass. But the damage you do while angry remains. So what do you do instead? The Stoics had a practice, not to eliminate anger, but to keep it from consuming you. Step 1 is pause. When you feel that surge, that urge to speak or act, stop. Don't send the message, don't confront, don't react. Just pause. Anger spikes fast. Your body floods with stress hormones. Your thinking narrows, but if you don't act on it, the intensity fades, usually within about 90 seconds. If you can pause for 90 seconds, the worst of it passes. Then you can choose your response, instead of reacting from that temporary madness. Step 2 is separating the event from your judgment about it. There's what happened. And then there's the story you tell yourself about what it means. They didn't do what they said they'd do. That's the event. Your judgment is everything that follows. They don't respect me. They don't care. They're unreliable. But is that the only interpretation? Maybe they forgot. Maybe they're overwhelmed. Maybe they prioritize differently than you do. You don't know. Your anger is coming from your judgment, not the event itself. Step 3 is remembering who the anger hurts. Marcus said it clearly. The consequences of anger are worse than the causes. Whatever they did is over. But your anger keeps working on you, tensing your body, occupying your thoughts, changing how you show up. They might not even know you're angry, but you're the one suffering. And step 4 is focusing on what you can control. You can't control what they did. You can't control what they think. You can't control whether they change, but you can control your response. You can decide whether this moment consumes your day, your week, your peace. Ask yourself one question. Will my anger fix this? If there's action to take, take it. But take it from clarity, not from rage. And if there's nothing to do, let it go. Not because you're weak, but because your peace is worth more than your anger. Marcus Aurelius wrote his private journal during war, surrounded by disappointment, betrayal, and failure. He had every reason to be angry, and yet he chose not to let anger decide who he became. He wrote, "The best revenge is not to be like your enemy, meaning don't let their behavior change your character. This week, when anger rises, pause, notice it, name it, and ask yourself quietly, will my anger fix this? If the answer is no, let it pass. The anger will pass, but the damage you do while angry remains. Choose peace."